All right, today I wanted to take a minute to show everybody the boat, kind of the build and what we're doing with it next. The first thing we're going to be throwing on is a new GPS. It's going to be nice to have that. You might notice in some of my videos I'm staring at a phone and it sucks to have to take your gloves on and off. So this will be cool. Use it with the gloves, mark your waypoints, track speed, whatever. It'll be cool to have it there. The second thing we got here is another GoPro. We've been running one of them, but it seems like it'd be nice to have two to capture both angles or maybe even do a split screen. And the third thing we got that's going to be going on is the MC Express Turbo. Right now the boat's rated at 150 horsepower, just stock. This should push it up to about 290, so that should make it a little more exciting to watch. The boat hull itself, it's a Dragonfly 13x7. We put 1/4 inch poly on the bottom, then we buck riveted the whole thing. So far I've been pretty happy with it. There hasn't been any leaks or issues, and time will tell, I guess, after the turbo's on how well it holds up. In some of my videos, my feet are up here, 1 foot is. This is built pretty short up here, so you don't have a ton of room. But I actually did that on purpose because we hunt with coffins quite a bit. And so I wanted to be able to slide 4 coffins underneath there without it hitting that bar, without having the weight be on the sides. Just a lot nicer to have it centered, rides better, turns better. And then as far as the seat stand, it's engine stand. I build all this just 060 steel tube on it, either whether it's a round tube, square tube. I used the Harbor Freight tubing roller to make all the bends, and it actually worked out pretty good once you figured out the calculations for it. The only thing that's any thicker is going to be just the engine stand. These legs here coming down, the main frame for the engine, it's all 120 steel, and then these ears here just 3/16. So it seems to hold up pretty good, and I think it's built strong enough to hold what we throw at it. I'm definitely not a professional welder, but wanted to learn a little bit more, so I decided to TIG weld the whole thing. It took forever to do, but it's nice knowing that all the pipes are sealed up 100%, not going to rust out from the inside, and that should help when we run the salt. And the steering cable, we had that built at 6/8. Instead of just your standard 6-inch throw, we decided to go with 8-inch. I wanted to be able to throw the boat around a little bit more and get that full potential out of the rudders. Then coming around to the back side of the boat, started with the prop. We called it Whirlwind when we first started building this. It matched this up with a 3-blade Excalibur. This prop's been perfect for this engine and the horsepower it's putting out. We've been able to go back and forth on pitch a little bit and kind of get the sweet spot, and it's been a really super smooth prop. Definitely the best prop I've ran at all the boats I've had. And after that, we go to the gearbox. Teal Jenkins with Skytrax USA out of Arizona builds these. You notice, even in the video with the wind, that the prop free spins with the engine off. So what that allows it to do is just basically start up easier. It lets it float forward. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's the basics of it. The radiator is out of a Razor 800, ordered off Amazon. And then the rudders I built, they're not the most aerodynamic design. They seem to work. It's just 1-inch square tube frame, and then just riveted on the aluminum sheeting for now. And as we work up to the seats, you guys probably noticed I got kind of a different setup on my boat. I put the steering in the center here because I wanted either person to be able to drive, driver or passenger, or if you want to teach somebody how to drive, it's a lot easier to have it right there. And I also decided to put the throttle on the steering stick. Just easier for what we do with gloves on, anything else. I don't like the foot throttle bouncing around, so that seemed nice. And then I also kept off the snowmobile the heated grip and the heated thumb throttle, so it looks kind of bulky on here and funny, but hopefully we get that hooked up pretty soon. It'll make it a little nicer in the weather. And I also want to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel. I'm definitely a lot better driver than I am speaker, so thanks for bearing with me through this video too, and hopefully we get some cool content with the new stuff. Thanks, guys.